Guys? We're here with the pump-up room in Cologne. Fibo just got finished. We're sitting here over here with Ifbb Pro. Nathan the Asha from the UK.
Thank you for having me, buddy.
Yeah, for sure, man. How did you like the Fibo?
Tired, man. Fucking long. For me, Expo's on the best thing, but can't get no meals in for the past 4 days. Probably got like 6 meals in 4 days, 7 meals maximum. So, obviously I can't train. So meals are priority right now. I'm a little bit tired, a little bit sucked off. But overall, it was good. It wasn't as busy as what it normally is. I think that'll take a couple of years to get back with the whole bullshit what's going on in the world. But I was happy to be there, see the fans. It's been a long while to get out to some expos. So for me, it was it was a good outtake.
Yeah, there wasn't really that many supplement companies there. He was there with Panada.
Yeah.
The company that makes machines.
Yeah, we were there with Panada. I endorsed them in my gym. I believe the company, the machines are good. In my gym, I only take what I believe is the best. So we go there, represent the brand, tell the guys what I honestly think. Some great, some not so great, but I try to do my best I can for the company. Every company I endorse, I believe in. So I think people know that and know that I don't talk shit. So I think they get behind what I do.
Yeah, you keep it real. We had a little story about Manscaped today, and we don't totally agree with everything that's going on with that. So you just mentioned that you can train right now. You had an injury. Can you tell people what happened and when you are?
Yeah, so we get ready for Arnold this year. We were probably 4 or 5 weeks out of the Arnold. And then obviously, I signed my new company, Yamamoto. That day I done basically like a video to say, I'm back on the team. I felt something pull on my arm. It didn't feel too good. So I thought nothing of it, I left it. Went out with my son, done like a little day center, Ninja Warrior, and I was just fucking around. And then something fully went then, So in between doing the photo shoot from Yamamoto, and I was playing with my son, my bicep just snapped. The tendon just ruptured. At the first look at things, it wasn't as bad as it looked. The bicep is still long, so we didn't think nothing of it. I flexed it. My left bicep can't flex as much as my right one anyway because of previous shit that's gone on in my life. So, but I could feel it was going warm. He spoke to my surgeon, the same guy done Eddie Hall's, Dr. Narani, the best in the country. And then, bro, that was on the Sunday. Spoke to him Sunday, like 20 minutes after it happened. I was in for surgery the following Saturday.
So you actually had to get surgery?
Yeah, I got surgery on there. I haven't trained now for this coming on to my ninth, 10th week training. We could have trained earlier, but because I snapped the tendon and ruptured the bicep, we didn't train. But, got on a lot of peptides and shit, BP 157, TB 500. I just smashed that shit hard for the past 9 weeks. Spoke to a guy called Adam Hudson in the UK, Jordan Peters.
Oh yeah, Jordan Peters.
Yeah, so we smashed that hard, bro. The peptides, up my dose of GH, and the shit's healed, man. So I'm good to go. Start training. I started training a little bit on Monday. I benched I think 80 kilo and 90 kilo.
Yeah, I saw that story.
It's coming. I'm back tomorrow, but still got a few exercises and a way to go. But I should be 100% in the next three weeks.
3 weeks.
And then it's just on for the Olympia.
So there's pretty much still enough time to get ready for the Olympia, so you can do like a little bit off season and then start your diet, good prep on time.
Yeah, so within end of April, but the Olympia's in December 24th, 23rd, I think. I'll start start my diet and my cut for the Olympia probably the last week of November.
I think it's the week before that.
It's
before Christmas, yeah, like around the 15th or something.
Yeah,
like
so if that's the case, I'll start my diet, probably around about the 15th, the 10th of November. So I've still got a fair way to go, off-season mode. I only diet for probably this year, 7 weeks, 6 weeks.
Yeah, you are pretty unique. Usually I think guys prep go on a diet 12 weeks.
12, 14, 16 weeks,
16
right?
weeks, yeah. You must have really strong metabolism.
I don't know, bro. I just say it's the black and East gene, So as I'm getting older, it's not really slowing down either, I don't do no cardio or nothing. So, touch wood, I can carry that on for as long as I can. And it just helps me, you know, try and gain a little bit more size and get the finer details what I believe I need.
So speaking of the Olympia, you like a top 5 candidate?
I hope, bro. I hope.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely a candidate for that. I mean, this year is pretty deep lineup, so guys pretty much can anywhere the top 10, like you can shut it up. Yeah, so I mean, what do you think? Do you still have to improve something? Where you say you got to work on, or you just trying to come in your best shape? Or
I believe, bro, I'm always got to improve. You know, build my back up. You know, the guys like big backs and stuff like Brandon, Rami, Nick. You know, I've got to get my back up, bro. My hamstrings still, I think. You know, I always need to improve. My lines, my structures, it's what's good for me. But I've always got to keep improving. Even if you win the Mr. Olympia, you got to keep improving, you know? So for me, I just got to keep getting better and better and better. Condition is not a problem. It's just getting that size on, getting that maturity, and getting that detailing. For me, so if I can bring these up, you know, it's good for me. My legs are up a hell of a lot because for the past 10 weeks, I'm doing legs twice a week. This, I believe, has helped me, you know? I've not had no time off gym in the past, let's say, 16 years. So hopefully this can be a refresh to the body. My legs have gone good. So with the rest of my body, I believe, hopefully, and I hope I can get that little bit of boost and a little bit of squirt out there to, you know, basically just grow a little bit more. But if I can get them parts up, I believe I'll be in for the top 500.
So after, while you was rehabbing from the biceps injury, you were still training legs, and you did like twice a week?
Yeah, so I was doing legs. So like we were doing training, spoke to Jordan. I'm a coach at Asha. You know, chemo. We worked around that. What was best for me if I'd done, you know, basically quads on a Wednesday, quads on a Tuesday, hamstrings on a Wednesday. But on these days, we've done, you know, a little bit lighter weight, but higher numbers. So we're going for like, you know, 20 reps, 25 reps, but a lot of hold and squeezing reps. And then obviously on then quads on a Friday, hamstrings on a Saturday, but we go for a lot more, you know, explosive and like just a normal leg session, heavy, but we're hitting like 8 reps. Obviously, because the weight's a lot heavier, going for 8. So we're doing more numbers and more numbers and volume, and then going for a heavy exercise and compound movements. That seems to work. So I'm going to try and keep that in the regime for the next, you know, 10 weeks. And then obviously I'll be training. It means that I'll be training twice a week for some parts, twice a day, sorry, because I need to get the shoulders back in, the arm sessions back in. But I can do that, you know, of a daytime. I've got my own gym, so time-wise and things is not really an issue.
Yeah, for the viewers who don't know, Chemo and Oscar, they are coaches from Oxygen Gym. You are Team Oxygen?
Team Oxygen, bro. So Oscar is my coach, my trainer. Chemo trains me as well. I like to be trained by Chemo. Oscar trains too fucking fast. You know, I train fast myself, but he's fast, bro. He's like, you know, Rolly likes that shit. Me, I just want to keep a bit more chilled, a bit more fucking around. Oscar's go. Chemo gives me a little bit of a breathing space. And also, Oscar's like a 12-30 person. I'm in there at like 2. But then, you know, come Olympia prep, he's on my ass. So, you know, come the last 6 weeks, Oscar's there. You know, but besides that, he gives me a little bit of leeway, which for me is good. You know, he tells Chemo the workouts. Chemo does the workouts. He puts me through it, but it gives me that little bit of, you know, my own time, which I respect and which I need. You know, but if he sees I'm lacking, I'm not pushing. Then he comes in and kicks my ass.
So I always have the feeling, looking from the outside, that all you guys that train the Oxygen have a pretty tight bond. Is it like you, Rolly, like William was there for a while, Brandon? Is it because that when you're there for a certain while, you prep, you're like the only foreigners, and so you stick together and you hang out a lot? Or
no, bro. There's a shitload of English in the gym now. Foreigners, you know, guys from England are coming over. You know, a lot of guys from England are coming over. Seen a one guy who was there a few weeks back. He won his pro card. He's with Ahmed, Brandon's trainer.
Yeah.
He coached by him. So there's a lot of foreigners go over there now. But I think we all live together. And we all respect each other, you know. On stage, we don't give a fuck about each other because it's fighting, you know. I don't give a fuck if Brandon's Brandon or Rolly's Rolly. I'm there to win, you know. But in the gym and training, we respect that, you know. We push each other, we spot each other, and it's more like a family, like a bond. You know, we have there. But then obviously when we're on stage, Badr says, "Look, bro, Nathan, push that off the stage. You know, you got to fucking fight." So we have that mutual respect, but we always want to see each other do better. And I think with Rowley and Brandon, they're honest. You know, if you look shit, they'll tell you look shit. You know, if you look good, they'll tell you look good. So this man, you know, Brandon being Mr. Olympia and Rowley being the beast, you know, it's something to look up to. Them guys have been in the game longer than me, you know, but you have the eye for it, and you're able to see what these guys achieve and what you want to achieve yourself.
Yeah. Definitely want to visit that gym one day, maybe like shoot some footage over there. And, you know, I'm friends with Brandon and these guys. So now, speaking of last season, a lot of guys actually, like, you know, did a lot of complaining about COVID. They couldn't train, they couldn't do their prep right. But last year was actually like one of, not the most, but one of the most successful years you had. You won 3 pro shows.
Yeah.
London, UK. You said you won Italy and in Spain, right?
Yeah, Spain.
So it's actually you made the most out of it, and you, even though it was COVID, you still like had a successful season.
Yeah, but I wanted to, you know, Kevin and Ron got 3 in a row. I wanted to beat that and got 4 in a row. I should have got 4 in a row. I should have won Prague, in my opinion.
And you got 4th that show, and Samsung won that show, right?
4th, yeah, man. It was laughable, you know. Even to this day, I still laugh about it. It's funny, you know. But yeah, it was a good year for me. You know, people were like, "Oh, Nathan's back, Nathan's back." Bro, I didn't go nowhere. Every year I win a show. Every year I win a show. This year I decided to do 4 and 1 free. I ain't going nowhere. I don't intend on going nowhere. But you know, Chris called me and told me, as long as you're alive and kicking, compete, bro. Compete. Get the money. And you know, I used to look at bodybuilding as like, I want to compete because I want to go to Olympia. Now I look at it as it's a business. You know, I'm competing for money. And that money feeds my kids, puts a future on the table for my family. It opens up a lot of doors and a lot of avenues. So, you know, I just compete as much as I can. It would be more shows if, you know, with restrictions and me being who I am and, you know, COVID testing and all this stuff. And, you know, I probably would have done more if I could have traveled more. But, you know, like I said, things were shut down. You couldn't go this country. You couldn't go that country. So I had to hold out and do the shows that I was allowed to go in, ways I could get in, ways I could get out. So that's what, for me, it was good, man. And I still trained over COVID, you know. I didn't let that stop me. Didn't let that stop my gym. We were still going strong, bro.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with your 4th place, I don't want to take nothing away from nobody, but it's like y'all competed like almost every week around that time, right?
Yeah.
So then you win like 3 shows in a row, and then the next show you 4th, and it's pretty uncertain, you know, that so much stuff goes wrong within 1 week that you drop from 1st to 4th. And I sometimes have the feeling that they look, okay, who already has the qualification,
that's what
who still needs it, and then they shovel it around. But like, if you would have finished like 2nd, okay, but then, like, all the way back to 4th, it was like a little bit.
It's weird, right? So even for myself, but I knew, you know. I told Asha, I believe, bro. I was, you know, you look at the video, the guy was stepping forward, right, like two or 3 feet in front of me, right. But I was that confident. I knew I was in the best shape of my life. I didn't need to step forward. I didn't need to bully the stage because I knew in my heart of hearts, in my mind, bro, I fucking got this, you know. I've got 4 in a row. So normally you see me fighting on stage. I was pushing Brandon or push Rowley and shit. And I'm always walking to the front of the stage doing a Hadi, right? Like step by step.
Hadi is the worst.
Hadi's the worst, right?
Yeah, he's always stepping
Brandon's
forward.
bad now as well, but you know.
Brandon always claims he's just like moving with the other people.
No, Brandon's bad now, bro. So I was stepping. I don't normally, like you see me in Italy, right? Rowley's pushing me, and I was stepping, and Samson was pushing me, but I was stepping because the stage was so short, so I was stepping in front. But then in the Prague, the stage was so deep and so long. I was like, I don't need to. Like, I didn't need to. Like, and I've got this. Like, Samson wasn't as good as he was in Italy, but I was better. So, okay, I may have been, you know, a couple of pounds down, but my condition was sharper, right? So in my head, but then coming off, I said to Asha 4th, and then a few guys said, nah, it's easy. It's easy. I'm like, nah, bro, I'm not feeling this the way it works. It's left to right all the time. The judging doesn't change. It should change, but doesn't. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. Yeah. It's the same, right? It's the same. So, you know, if it was different, 1st, 2nd, you know, you could guess that, but it's the same all the time. So if you ever want to watch a pro show, and, you know, if you ever want to know who's 1st and 2nd, 1st is in the middle, and it goes left, right. Yeah. That's how it goes. So I just said, Asha was like, listen, bro, why you upset? You know, and then we posted a video with all the burgers and shit. People were like, he's at 5 burgers. I'm like, you fucking stupid. I would eat fucking 5 burgers. I'm just going to eat a burger. We had like 5 guys that compete from the oxygen. Asha goes, gets all the food, and gives it, and you just pass the food out because we're all a team. And obviously, you see me first, so I had the bag, took a little bit funny video. And people are like, oh, he's at 5 Vegas, he spilled and shit. I'm like, nah, bro. So my camera guy released the video, and you see, and like, I didn't spill nowhere, bro. I was tight as fuck. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm not going to cry over it in the past. Will I win that show again? Like, oh, I go that show again? No. I ain't going there again. But, you know, it is what it is. I hope to do some redemption at the Olympia, prove people wrong. But I hopefully want to be fighting for that first call out. You know, I've never, even though I believe my last Olympia, one before that, should have got first call out, I didn't. This year I'm gonna be fighting for the first call out, man. That's my main thing.
Like the viewers, if you don't know, usually on stage it's like a line, and the athlete's supposed to stay on that line.
Yeah.
Because if they have the better lighting, there's guys, especially like Hardy, because you look bigger if you take a step forward. So usually you have to like walk with the other guy, so he will look bigger. But he thought he was good enough to like stay on the line. Because I know at the Olympia it was horrible. Like Hardy's like 2 steps in front. And William was always getting mad.
Yeah, but
Brandon's moving with the guys. So
I think it's
like
the guys as well. You can't hold the pose.
Yeah.
You know, I've learned now. And my stamina is up to hold the pose. Phil always told me, bro, hold the pose. Hold the pose. Steve announced it, hold the pose. And you see Nick Walker at the Arnold he won last year. Bro, that motherfucker held the pose. So, you know, he's a younger guy. It makes you guys want to hold the pose. I'm tired of the guys doing this and then back to this.
Yeah.
So I held the pose, I kept it. I didn't move, you know. I just kept it strong. And seeing Nick Walker do it, I'm like, bro, fucking the guys set standard. You have to do it.
It's actually what a lot of amateurs, when you start bodybuilding, my first coach told me, be the first one in the pose and the last one to get out of it.
Yeah, that's the main thing. I tell my guys, you know, who are coaching and stuff, you know, hold the pose, hold that shit, get in it, boom, get out of it, boom. You don't need to breathe. You know, you can breathe through your chest. You have so many minutes, right? Yeah. To hold the pose. You're on stage for 30 minutes, so it's 30 minutes of your life. You're struggling to breathe, yeah. But then you've just died of for a lot of guys, 16 weeks for me, 4 or 5. But you've died of a lot of time. Just go for that agony.
So I think that's like back in the days, in the 90s, in like Ghost Gym, when it was like posing practice.
Yeah.
The coaches was letting the guys hold the poses for like damn near a minute or something like that. So
Chris, when he was in Oxygen, he made us do every day 5 rounds, hold the pose for Chris's 5 seconds. Now, if you know Chris, he's sitting there probably eating fucking some shrimp or eating something, right? There's always something in his mouth, and it's 1, 2. You know, like 40 seconds are passing. It goes 5, 10, right? So that's Chris. So Chris's 5 seconds is like a normal pace of 25 seconds. So you get to this pace to where you do that, but Chris implements that into Oxygen. Now, when Oxygen do a pose, they do what Chris made us do, 1. You know, and when they're ready, that's the 5. You know, and that's now drilled into us. You know, even Rowley, it's drilled. You see Brandon now holding the poses.
Yeah.
Before Chris came, those guys in Oxygen couldn't pose. Yeah. You know, we were hot, we were sweating. And now we look at my shows last year, I don't sweat once on stage. Well, that's to do with diet and to do with, to do with how hard I pose. Yeah. Throughout.
You practice like that, the show's going to be easy for you.
Yeah.
Even though like Steve Weinberger likes to kill you guys sometimes.
Yeah.
Comparisons, but they picked it up. They let you guys have like more posing rounds and more comparisons now than they used to have. Like
I rate that though, man. I rate that because I never ever got next to Phil. I didn't know didn't deserve to, which I didn't. But I would have liked to got next to him to be like got next to Philippe, you know. And obviously Phil would have felt ashamed because he got no next to someone like myself who wasn't a top 2, top 3 guy. But it gives all the guys, that rather than your name going. It's that motivation and get next to Philippe, and next to Rami, it boosts the person up and then it makes the stage more hyped and more fun. So so I think that's something that needs to be implemented up, and I think that's what Steve or Tyler have done now over the time is changing the routine, giving everyone a chance to get next to the thing. But
it gives the fans more time to watch you guys.
Yeah, because even if you look on stage, at the show when the Arnold England, and then you look at Prague, even if you look at Italy. I ask you, Stan, you want more? You want more? Because I can go again. Yeah. A lot of guys, they fade, but they get better.
Yeah.
Me, I get better, but I barely ever fade. So I can go again. I can go again. I can go again. You know, this is the way. You know, I'm ready. I'm ready for the fight. You know.
So you said 2021. Your opinion wasn't your best year. What was your best year? What was your biggest success in bodybuilding coming to concerning shows?
I believe when I got 7th at the Olympia, and I got the last ever best improved bodybuilder trophy. That was my best. That was my best year. It was my second to last Olympia. I got 7th. I believe that year was good for me. That year I think I won 2.
Was that your first Olympia?
No, but that was my second.
Yeah.
Second, you know, qualified for every Olympia since I've been a pro. That was my second Olympia. First I got 12th, then I got 7th, and then I got 8th. But I believe that was my best. Not my best. I think it's not it's my best package, but it's my best year because I got 7th at the Olympia. You know, even though you win pro show after pro show, it don't count unless you're at the Olympia. You know, it don't count unless you're not ranked until you go to the Olympia. You know, and that's unfair and fair at the same time because you know a lot of guys can't get the Olympia. A lot of people know my history. I've struggled to get the Olympia for 2 years or 3 years. I've struggled to get there. So you know, I think a lot of the guys can't get there, which is unfair. And for me, even though Mr. Olympia is the Mr. Olympia, I don't believe you are the best bodybuilder so you can go against all the bodybuilders. You know, a lot of the guys from Iran are fucking great.
Amateurs, right?
Amateurs, bro, 2-1-2. But it helps them stay amateur because they can't get a visa, right? So what's the point? What's the point in them turning pro if they can't go to the Olympia? You know.
What I heard about the guys that they get paid so good as amateurs, and they really get paid if they win amateur world championships. Yeah. That it doesn't make no sense for them to turn pro because they are paid so good as an amateur.
Yeah,
I think it doesn't make no sense for them to.
I heard that, but at the same time, if they had the choice to go to Dubai or Fibo and do the Olympia, you would go, right? Just for that fact to go.
What I heard about Camille, who won the 212 like 3 years ago.
Yeah,
I think he was pretty much good with money before he even turned pro.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. He lives in England, right? Yeah. He's done 2-1-2. Guy's old now. He's old, bro.
He's like 51. Looks
I think he got to 49, right? Fucking
man, he looks amazing.
It's mad, right?
How you can look with that age.
It shows you, age not but a number. Like Dexter the same. Age not but a number. Yeah. But yeah, bro.
To those guys.
Yeah, to the odd person, But yeah, man, it's different. But you know, like I said, a lot of guys have had trouble to go to the Olympia, including myself. But so my ranking right now is fucking unknown, really. Yeah. Even though I say I want to get top 5, and I believe.
Okay, so we are back. We ran out of battery, so now we had to move so we can charge. The last thing he was talking about was your ranking in the world. I think it's because your last Olympia was 2018, right?
Yeah, 18, yeah.
So you didn't really compete at the top show.
Yeah, I didn't be at the top show. Obviously, everyone knows the situation. And think, you know, a lot of guys in the world, man, struggle getting to the US. You know, and for me, I don't believe you are the number 1 bodybuilder unless you can compete against everyone in the world. You know, and obviously vice versa because there's a lot of guys around the world who can't get to the US. So, you know, for them, what's the point of competing? You have a lot of them guys in Iran, man. Many 2-on-2 guys out there are dangerous. Many open guys are dangerous, but they just, you know, they stay amateur because they can't.
We got that on camera. Yeah. So we pretty much closed that already.
Yeah,
that's already. That's all now.
Yeah. So, you know, for me, my ranking is this. I believe is in the top 10. Mm-hmm. But you know, that's meant to be seen, and hopefully in December we can work that out.
Yeah, for sure. And then, I mean, we could argue about who's the best bodybuilder from Europe right now.
Right now you got me. It's probably William.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
I'm honest, man. You know, you can't stand away from the guy. If he didn't come how he did the other day on Arnold, I'd say me, because his last showing before Arnold, he knows himself was wank. He knows he improved on that.
He came back.
You know, he came back, bro. Everyone's saying he's washed out. He came back, proved everyone wrong. So from the last showing, from what everything achieved, the top bodybuilder is William, and then I believe myself. You know. So you've got to give credit where credit's due. I know where I stand. You know, I'm not a bullshitter. I believe I'm behind William. Whether I'm somewhat, you know, 2-3 places behind him or even 1, I don't know. That, like I said before, that's yet to be seen in December.
And I think your wins prove that you can really make that point. And you got more guys from UK coming up, so UK is definitely on the rise in heavyweight bodybuilding. We see some more guys, and then another guy you can count as actually because Flex Lewis, he's from Wales.
Yeah, but He wants to be classed as American, I think.
Okay, no, I mean, you know, he's 7-time 212 champion, so it got lost when the camera stopped. But he's probably going to do the open show. You said you don't believe that he's probably going to do it?
I don't think he's gonna do the Open. You know, 2 or 3 years. He said he's gonna do it. Whether he does it or not, you know, I believe what I see. When I see him on stage, then I say, bro, I was wrong. Right now, because of the time he said he's doing it, he hasn't done it. But obviously, you know, everyone would like to go against Flex. Bigger guys would like to beat him, you know, because obviously they don't want a 2-on-2 guy coming in and beating that ass. And it shows that, you know, that we're vulnerable to the smaller guy. But that's why we have 2 categories. So I think a lot of guys, you know, will be hunting down and after him, you know. And can he put the size on? I believe so. But he look, you know, he's shorter. You know, I'm a short guy and William's a short guy, but Flex is even
William
shorter.
came from 212 also.
Yeah.
Right?
Williams had time to build that muscle, man. You know,
William cannot put any more muscle on,
he's got
right?
that black man density, you know.
Yeah.
So can Flex turn around? I've yet to see him top off, and then, you know, in shape. You see William all the time top off.
Yeah.
But no one's seen Flex yet. You see his arms and shit walking around in a t-shirt. But we're all good. We're all good in the gym. You know.
I think we got to see him actually compete against you guys to like judge what's going on. And actually, there's like 2 more guys from the 212 division that's already qualified for Olympia. And Sean Clarita and Calderon from Spain. They're already qualified.
Yeah, man. For me, I think it's good and it's bad. You know. For me, this is my personal opinion. Whether you guys believe it, I don't know. Drop a comment down below. So let me know what you think. If you want to fucking bust my ass, then bust my ass. But you qualify for the Open, right? Don't do the fucking Open.
Yeah.
That's it, bro. You want to qualify. You want to compete with the big boys, yeah. But you want to go and do a normal show. You think you know these 2-on-2 guys on Olympia? Then go and do the men's fucking Open, the Olympia. Don't come and take a men's Open Pro show, you know, that wasn't top caliber, and claim, yeah, I can take you in an Open show. Go and do the Open. In me, people are saying he should be able to do 2. He should be able to do 2. No, he shouldn't. You qualify the 2-on-2, yeah, and then you qualify the Open. So you're Open now, right? It's, you know, you can't jump from class to class to class. It's not fair. If that's the case, the 2-on-2 guys want to be, you know, Open, then just fuck the 2-on-2 off and come with the big boys.
And I think the 212 actually just came back from, you know, all those years when Flex was so dominant, it was kind of boring, and then nobody cared about 212. Now you have Derek, Sean, Camille, all these guys, and 212 got exciting again. So if all those guys leave 212, it's going to go backwards again. Nobody will care.
I get that, but you know, you're taking money away from Samson, from Regan. Yeah, stay in your own lane. Yeah, these guys are put the heart and soul into the Open. You want to come and try and like humiliate them and shit, but come to the Open, come to the Olympia, let the bigger guys humiliate you. You know, and take your money. You understand what I'm saying? It's unfair. You're jumping class to class to class. Stick in your lane. And do what you think is right, you know.
Well, we already touched on also is like special invites. So there's rumors that Flex Lewis already received that special invite, and we said we don't believe in that.
Yeah, I don't think it's right because, you know, I don't know if you touched on with Rowley. He got to the Olympia. He got COVID traveling. They didn't give him an invitation to the Olympia the year after, but he got stuck traveling to the Olympia. He actually qualified. You know, that year. Rami won the Olympia, right?
2020.
Yeah, Rami won it, right? But he didn't even qualify for the Olympia.
Yeah.
He didn't even qualify and won the Olympia, right? So where's the fairness in Rowley? You know what I'm saying? It's not fair on Rowley. You can't just give an invitation where you want to give an invitation. You know, everyone has their own opinion on it. I think only the top 3 guys should get the direct invitation and couldn't miss the Olympias. You know, and for me and for the fans, I'm sure they'd love to go and see Flex Lewis in a men's Open. Okay. Flex would win an Open show, regardless, right? Regardless. But still, we want to see him, how he looks before the Olympia, right? See what his standards are. Then the guys can judge where they're at, because you ain't actually qualified for the men's Open. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't qualified for it. If you've been on the game for years or even years and you're retired like Ronnie and you're a legend, cool, go and do it, you know? But you can't just...
then you can argue if it's fair to other guys, because you're leaving other guys who like actually compete all the time.
Yeah, you know.
Out of the show.
I understand it's a business, but you know, from my point of view, it's a business. But from the guys who haven't qualified or the guys who are on 1 point short, you know, what about them, man? They're 1 point short to the Olympia. They get an invitation, and then how far do you go down the line?
Yeah, like they work hard. So
You know.
I mean, it's really exciting to see it, and I think the fans want to see Flex Lewis in the open class, and I think the league wants to see it. And I have this idea that would be like the perfect story for them if he would win it, coming from Wales, poor, 212, this and that. But
Wouldn't say poor.
I hope they will keep it fair and there will be no politics involved in the winning, because you could argue, like when we already said that. Brandon could be going for his 4th Olympia title, and he's a guy who at least he doesn't get mad. He's like focused on the future. But if you look back, he won 19, 20. Rami wasn't supposed to be at the show. 21, you could say like Brandon won the Olympia, should have won the Olympia, and then it could be his 4th this year.
It's just right now there's so much going on, and this is why sometimes people are and on about the sport. Just keep the things straight, keep it regulated, keep it more precise. For me, like a lot of guys, they do bodybuilding because they love it, and we love it. We love we love traveling, seeing the fans, we love training and stuff. Just all the guys expect is it's the fair run, it's a fair shot of the pie, and that's all a lot of guys want, really.
It's a good thing. I'll check again. Couple more now. And speaking about the bodybuilding industry in general, I think there's a lot of room for the sport to grow, make it like better broadcasting, promote the stars of the sport a little bit better, be more professional at stuff like expos. Also, the companies could be more professional, because you will not get on a level like basketball, soccer, or football, how you call it, American football. You don't get on that level if you don't treat people right and you're not professional. And that goes from athletes to sponsors to the league, everywhere, right?
Yeah, bro. You have to treat yourself like a pro sport. Even though we are pro athletes, we put a lot into the sport like everyone else. You see firsthand sometimes pro athletes aren't treated like pro athletes. And that's slightly unfair, because we do the hard work, and for the sport to grow, you have to travel. Yeah. Am I right or wrong? You see the World Cup, you travel. You see Champions League for football, soccer. You see it travel. Each country bids for the show, right? Won the Champions League in Portugal. This year it should be in Russia, right? Obviously, with what's going on, things change, but they bid for it. Like the Olympics, they bid for shit.
They got to apply for it. Yeah, and it's got to get approved. They switch the seats around.
The guys who own Olympia, okay, you own it. You own the brand.
Yeah.
But let people apply to put it in their countries, because I know friends in Germany who can't afford, to get to America. Yeah. Not about the visa and shit. They can't afford it. Fibo's the only chance to get. This year, not many pros were there because Fibo was small, right? But what happens if these people had a chance, all the European people had a chance to come to Germany and watch the Olympia? Now, let's be honest, bro. The guys from the Middle East and European guys are a lot more louder, a lot more rowdier than the guys in America. Whether they're pissed up or they're just crazy, we're a lot more rowdy, and louder. This hypes the sports up. This makes the competitors more hyped. The sport is bigger, the brand is bigger. You go to a Fibo show. Now, I'm telling you, you go to a Fibo show, the amateur show is busier than any pro show you will catch. Yeah? Because why? Because so many people can get there. It's easy, and people want to just be able to travel and see things. Even myself being in the UK, people can't afford it, especially now. But we're in a situation, the opportunity where pro athletes get to travel the world. But these people can't. So help the people out and make the sport grow and travel.
I think back in the days it was after the Olympia you had the European tour and all the stars did the tour, so at least you got to see the stars. Now the European shows, if you're not there, and like Regan or Samson, they go to a show and there's no star power at the show. But if you only promote a sport and get bigger if you have star power. That's why, for example, basketball, soccer, they send all their stars for tours, at least like tours to Asia.
But even so, bro, we in the UK, we don't watch much football. But you have 2 or 3 games of NFL in Wembley to promote the brand, right? Yeah. To promote that shit, and that's what we're not doing within the sport. We're not promoting it enough. We're not pushing it out there. We have all these guys who good physiques, good looking guys, the charismatic, the charming on Instagram and YouTube and stuff, but they're only accessible via these outlets. They're not accessible in the hand. You see like Mohamed Salah, Kevin De Bruyne, they're traveling, they're walking, there's fans outside to shake the hand. To some people, this is the big thing. You can't do that for the Olympia.
Yeah, but I think bodybuilding is very unique because when you meet you guys are way more accessible than like in basketball or soccer.
Because
Like,
we're not rich.
yeah, but even if Cristiano Ronaldo comes here for a tour or for a game, you barely can shake his hand or get an autograph.
Yeah.
And in bodybuilding, you can just go up to them at the Fibo, at the meet and greet at Olympia. I mean, we just actually met for the first time in person this year. We was hanging out, we got dinner together and all that shit. So I think it's there, and it's a sport that's very close to the people. But if the guys are not, I mean, there are some shows in Europe, but the guys got to be in the show, and it got to be lucrative for the guys to do the show.
Yeah, of course, man.
And the timing's got to be right.
Yeah.
Because you can't do a show 3 months out from the Olympia if you want to be your best at the Olympia.
You see
it's going to hurt you.
Well, obviously, if they travel the Olympia, it'd be better. Let people bid for it.
Yeah, I mean, that could be an idea, yeah. And then I think, at least for the guys who are going to travel to the Olympia, have a decent live stream that works and is good quality.
Yeah. A hell of a lot better, right?
And then media, we have, I mean, you was on the Real Bodybuilding podcast with Fuad, a lot of Pro Chat, Bodybuilding Bullocks. That's actually good for bodybuilding. But then for that show, it's like 3-4 other channels that are bad for bodybuilding actually hurting the sport. Like that guy, Nick Trilogy, he's running his mouth about the athletes all the time. I can't stand that stuff no more because everybody knows what he did the last couple of years. He didn't really do nothing in bodybuilding. So now he's making his money off running his mouth like a girl about pro bodybuilders. And I don't see where he's promoting the sport or making anything better. He's making it worse. He's claiming something else, but he's bashing you guys, disrespecting you guys. But what does that do to sport?
It's tarnished, bro. But you know, if this is a mainstream sport, this won't be accepted. You know, you don't go on Sky Sports or CNN, you know, and see these people getting bashed. They criticize people, which criticism is acceptable, you know. But then people don't go there and bash them, which is sad, you know. But yeah, again, you have this place to where in sports where kind of right now any publicity better than no publicity at the same time. Do I think it's right or wrong? No, but like I said, you know, the guys aren't there to be accessible no more.
I mean, I talked about it with William Bonac too, about how you critique guys. I mean, of course, and if you cover a show and somebody wasn't at his best, you have to say it, but it depends on how you do it.
Yeah, of course.
So keep it respectful. Be polite, keep it respectful. And then, I mean, bodybuilders are, like, sometimes people are a little bit sensitive, okay?
Yeah, of course.
But it's also like, you can just go there, he looked like shit, he did this, he did that, man. So at least, like, keep it sports and be a professional broadcaster. But don't be claiming that you actually trying to do something for the sport, but all you do is throw people under the bus. It's not going to work that way to make it big, right?
I get you, man. I've just trouble with a lot of guys, you know. That's why for me, I don't do many podcasts, don't do many images because it's my image.
So I'm honored, bro.
It's my image. It's my right, you know. That's what I take to the guys, you know. Claim your shit. Own your shit. You know, this is ours. Own that shit. You know, don't let people just take that and just use that. You know, but like I said before, you're going back to critiquing. Just be a bit more respectful. That's it. You know.
Yeah, I think you should keep it raw bodybuilding. We trying to do that, just trying to keep it bodybuilding. We don't want all that beef stuff or talk about PEDs. Like in Germany, a lot of people get fame off talking about steroids.
Same in England, man. Yeah.
So I don't think that what they will do. We have enough shows that we can talk about and, like, you know, celebrate the sport and make it grow in a positive way than doing that stuff. Because all you're doing is good for yourself, for clicks and likes, and put money in your pocket, but people will not longer talk with you. You don't get no interviews, and then all of a sudden, after a couple of months, you're gonna be gone. And I'm thinking long term, and bodybuilding. So I think that's what people appreciate, and we will keep that going. So your plans now is you shutting it down, rehab, and then start your prep for the Olympia. Right?
Yeah, start prep for Olympia hopefully next week. Just push forward, man. Get back, you know. I'm still heavy. Get back to my, you know, my usual self, upper body and stuff. And you know, I just gotta listen to my body. I've not listened to it. I've neglected it. You know, just keep pushing. Because you know, I'm no longer 20, man. I'm no longer 20. I just gotta keep doing my thing. But besides that, man, it's onwards to Olympia.
And we have a lot of young guys coming up, like Hunter Labrada, Nick Walker, Brett Wilkin, all these guys. Who do you see as the most dangerous guys, and who has the most potential of the group, the younger guys?
For me, I'm more into Hunter, you know, physique-wise. I think Nick's probably the most freakiest out of the guys. But you know, you tend to.
I know Nick is sitting at home. He's like me.
You know, but you tend to find him. You tend to look at something you're like. You know, so like for me, like I'd always look up to Flex Wheeler, Flex
Flex
Wheeler,
Wheeler's
Kevin Levrone,
favorite physique of all time.
because that's the physique I have. You know, Hunter's a physique I have similar. I'm not a mass monster like Nick, so I don't gravitate towards that the whole thing. So for me personally, I'm into the Hunter physique. I think Hunter's got the most potential out of it all. And I hope bodybuilding goes that way inclined. You know, it goes the way it went with that. You know, the way it went with Sean and Brandon more athletics rather than just, you know. Obviously, everyone wants to look a freak, but Brandon's a freak anyway. So is Sean. But I'm not into that freak factor. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I like Hunter might have a prettier physique, but I like Nick's attitude. Like he's so confident.
Yeah,
but but it's not arrogant or cocky. He's just backing it up. He proved people right, and I think he is just like he has that killer instinct. He's just like focused on bodybuilding. He wants to be the best in everything. I like that attitude about him.
Yeah, of course.
Physique wise, you always like there's great bodybuilders, and you might not be like a fan of their physique or something like that. Like it's all comparing like what they said back then, comparing apples and oranges. At the Nick said he's a banana, and then of course they brought up grapefruits. So we don't want to get into that discussion. Yeah, but I think it's a lot of good guys coming up, because I was kind of worried about the sport for a little bit that younger guys are not coming back up, but now we have really some really decent young talent in the sport.
Yeah, man.
And classic physique is also rising.
Bro, the guys are coming up. You know, even the guys from classic can be able to open. You know, it's not kicking the old guard out, but you know the old guard now are now becoming extinct like dinosaurs, bro. They're slowly fading out, and the younger guys are coming in. They're getting younger and younger. You know.
Do you watch the other physiques, the other divisions like classic physique, men's physique?
I don't watch men's physique. I don't like it. Yeah. Obviously, it would have been around when I was there. I probably would have done it. I'm a small waist. I'm to train legs, but for me, no, bro. I'm into classic, man. I like classic physique. I don't really watch the women's. It's just not my thing. You know, I don't get wrong. Watch bikini, a bit of ass and shit. But for me, I watch classic. You know, I know a lot of the guys in there. It's just the physique I like. That's my personality.
Who's your favorite classic physique?
Man, I like Breon, but Chris is great, right? And you have the new kids from Germany. Urs coming up, bro. Give him another 2 years, Put a bit of thickness on the back. He's dangerous, bro. You know, when you could roll off names for days in classic, because there's so many good ones there now. It's hard to pick, you know.
I saw Urs at the Arnold and in Boston, and I think he arrived. Like all the guys, the athletes respect him. The fans love him. He's very good with the fans. And I saw this line at the Fibo.
Big, right?
I have never seen. I mean, there was not so much stuff to do for bodybuilding fans, but this line was crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, I think also like Urs, I like him. Breon is my guy. He's a cool person, man. This guy from Brazil is crazy, Dino.
Oh, yeah.
And then Bumstead, I think he had like 2 years ago, he had the perfect classic physique look, because he improved from 1 year to another as a champion. And it was crazy. And what do you think how he would finish in open class? Like if he would ask him side, do you think he would lose his shape? Or
yeah, I think he'd lose his shape, bro. I don't think people say he looked good in open, but I don't think he'd stand a chance, man. Like he's not maxed out, nowhere near, but put more in that physique, and it's gone. It's no longer the classic physique, you know. Put another 10 pound of muscle on that or something. It isn't the same Chris. I think he's suited where he is right now. You know, I don't think he needs to refine anything. I think the way he is good. But then, you know, you have these guys that are just coming up with physique, some just a bit more cleaner, man. Like the cuts in the legs are a bit more cleaner. The bellies are more bubbled. So it's going to be an interesting, you know, Olympia, interesting 2 years of classics for me personally. That's what I think, and I'm looking forward to it. I think the guard can be changed. You know, people are saying Chris is that you know, can be an Olympia for the next 7 years. I don't believe that. I believe, you know, he's going to get challenged this year.
Yeah,
I believe he could. You know, if he doesn't lose it this year, I believe he could lose it next year. So this whole 7-8 time reign, I don't think it's going to last what people think it is.
I'm excited to see that. Right now, he's still a little bit ahead of the other guys. So when you started bodybuilding, who was like your favorite bodybuilder when you?
For me, Marcus Rule, man.
Marcus Rule was your favorite?
Yeah.
How old was you when you started bodybuilding?
I started bodybuilding when I was 19.
So you like the freaks first?
No, bro, Marcus was cool. You know, I knew who Ronnie was and shit, but I watched Marcus, big and loving it. He's walking around the fucking shopping mall with a vest and a trolley,
DVD
and
was crazy.
his chick was just fucking, just
Oh,
pushing
she was
there.
huge, yeah.
I wish I don't smoke. He likes to cig and shit, but he just keeps it fucking 100%. He just doesn't give a fuck, and I like that, Ronnie was all sitting in the house and eating his chicken and rice and going his fucking black eyed peas and shit. But Marcus was just fucking.
Marcus was looking
he didn't
crazy
give
at the
a fuck.
Night of Champions that one. He always came up to Rammstein music.
Yeah,
right?
he just didn't give a fuck, and I like that. And then for me, the fucking haircut reminded me of Street Fighter.
Yeah.
So Marcus is my guy, bro.
And who's your favorite physique of all time?
Me, I say Flex Wheeler.
Yeah, mine too.
But close, I have three: Flex Wheeler, Kevin Lerone, Chris Cormier.
Yeah.
I think Chris.
Shout out to Chris Cormier. He was also
man.
here.
I think Chris is an uncrowned Mr. Olympia.
Man, he was so close to winning the Arnold so many times.
Not even that, bro. Chris knows what he's done. Chris partied like me. He doesn't give a fuck, And I think if Chris had the mentality to just fucking 100%, there's no stopping him.
There's a lot of rumors what Chris used to do back in the days, but we would probably have him on the channel in the podcast because I want him to tell all the stories.
He tells some stories, bro. You wouldn't even believe.
Yeah, it was a good times, man.
He enjoyed. Chris told me his time. Win as many shows as you can, but just enjoy life, bro. Enjoy life. And that's what I intend to do.
And who do you think who's the best bodybuilder ever?
Ronnie Coleman, man.
Ronnie Coleman.
You can't beat Ronnie Coleman, man. Everyone, even if you don't even know bodybuilding, everyone knows lightweight. Everyone knows that saying, So Ronnie, I believe, is the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
For any bodybuilder,
I think Ronnie is also the guy. You got to put like the stats next to the physique, and even though, like for example, Lee Haney also won 8, and I love Lee Haney, but like if you compare like the physiques, Ronnie, Lee Haney, and then you go back to Arnold and all these guys, like the guys in the 70s, the sport wasn't that.
It wasn't that deep, right? It wasn't that deep.
Yeah, but it also wasn't like they didn't have the resource, didn't know that much. So if you put Arnold next to Ronnie, the legs and everything, of course, Arnold has some huge arms and a chest, but his physique couldn't stand Ronnie.
No way, man.
So now, like Dorian, probably started with Dorian, where you can like start comparing the guys from the size and the conditioning. Dorian, Ronnie, Phil. So these guys are like on a certain level.
Yeah.
But in the 70s, like in any sport, soccer, football, basketball, the guys from the 70s, the game changed in a lot of sports.
Yeah, it did, man. People got advanced. Doctors got getting involved in shits, and things just changed. You look back in 10 years' time, and from what we're looking at now to what we're looking at then, would be different.
Yeah. Top 5 Olympia this year.
Top 5. You will have
no particular order, just the guys who make it.
Rami, Brandon, William, myself, Nick. Before anyone asks about Hadi, I don't know because people have said he can't get a visa this year. But obviously, if Hadi can, then obviously Hadi.
I mean, it also makes sense that you put yourself in it because if you leave yourself out and you want to make the top 5, you can't do it.
Yeah, man.
I think, but that was actually my first question would have been about Hadi. But I mean, I see it.
No, there's a lot of speculation going on.
It's realistic.
A lot of speculation going around and what's happening and shit. I don't know. No one's announced nothing, so all you can go off is speculation, the rumor, I hope he's there. If he's there, even better for bodybuilding. If he's not there, it's a shame. But you have to put that into consideration.
And you said you will start your own podcast soon?
Yeah, man, I'll start my own podcast. Nothing like what you've got here. Nothing like bodybuilding. I was something more like the lines of Joe Rogan and shit,
Oh, yeah, like more general stuff.
Yeah, more general because, I'm a bodybuilder, but I'm not a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
You see me before, I'm into football and shit. I'm into my UFC. I'm into political shit, even though I'm not politically correct. So it's going to be more general. Just light-hearted. Obviously, we're going to have a lot of athletes there from whether it's UFC, whether it's DJs, bodybuilding. I want people with character. I don't want people who are just like, what the camera wants to hear. I want people who have a bit of attitude, a bit of finesse about themselves.
That's what you see a lot of times. People start with even on YouTube, they start like fitness YouTubers or bodybuilding, and then they get bigger, and then they're already they reach their peak where they can get with fitness and bodybuilding, so they go mainstream with more stuff.
Yeah.
They become life coaches and stuff like that. And same thing goes like podcasts.
Bro,
probably you can make
I don't think I can be a life coach because
No,
I
I'm
don't
just
think
saying,
I don't think I want to take my life.
no, I'm just saying like they leave bodybuilding and fitness
Yeah.
to get like a bigger, brighter audience to
Yeah.
make more money out of it.
For me, I don't think it's because of the money or nothing. I just want to be able to have a conversation with people who, you know, to be able to have an open discussion and be able people speak freely. You know, I don't want to put my opinion across and just be my opinion. I want people to have a different opinion than me and why. You know, I think a debate, a civil debate is healthy.
Yeah.
I think it's good. You know, everyone doesn't agree, so what? You know, I'm very outspoken. I don't really give a fuck.
Yeah, we know that.
You know, so I believe that is good for any sport. If any, you know, this in the same way that will open doors to other mainstream views and stuff. You have a bodybuilder talking about certain things, you know.
I mean, like on the channel, I'm trying to get that small bodybuilding crowd and want to stay in bodybuilding, but I also want to have people to speak up and say their opinion and keep it real and not be fake, you know, and have natural conversations and where people, I don't know, like I want people to feel good when we talk on here.
Of course.
Yeah, I hope you had a good feeling. When
It was good.
Yeah.
It was good. It was okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe like the UK is not that far. So maybe like when you get like the prep, you like fully 100% and in prep mode. Maybe there's a way we can come up to Liverpool or something like that.
Yeah, man. Show you around.
Yeah, I want to see your gym anyway.
If you come on a Saturday, bro, that's cheat meal day. So for me, a cheat meal is getting on the body in the body. And, I'll show you how we get down in Liverpool.
Really appreciate it, man.
Thank you, buddy.
So I hope the guys like it. Show some support. Go on Nathan's Instagram and stuff like that. Visit Liverpool and go to his gym, buy a day pass.
We're fairly cheap.
Yeah. And then, we'll see you at the Olympia, I guess.
Yeah, man, I'm there. Thank you, buddy.
All right, bro.